So if you're listening to this today, it's because you're a leader. You're a leader that wants to get better at running great meetings. And something I have done since the very birth of my business, right back when we were really small. So just to give you a bit of history again, I started my original real estate agency in an apartment with just 2 people. That 2 people grew to 4 people in that apartment. We moved to a house that 4 people grew to 12 people in the next premises. Onto the next premises, we grew from 12 to 25, and then we're now in our 4th premises. And we have roughly 50 people in the business now, of which we do team meetings. There's attendance of about 40 people at any given team meeting. So I've always thought it was very, very important to hold a team meeting every month, and it didn't matter the size of my business. Right back from when we were only a team of 3, I would hold a monthly team meeting where I would stand up in front of the 2 other people in the business and go through this exact same structure that I'm about to teach you. And I've kept that same structure in my meeting for now over 7.5 years. First of all, how often do I do these meetings? I said it just before, monthly. I only do this once a month. I don't like meetings very much. I think a lot of meetings can be done without and are a waste of time, and people don't want to be at a lot of meetings. So as far as, sales team meetings in our office, hardly ever do them. But we do this compulsory team meeting with the whole business once a month. So once a month, everyone has to be at this meeting in the whole business. It's the only compulsory meeting that we have as a company where every single person in the business must go. And the reason we do that is I don't want to do them very often. I want to have enough to share. If you do them too often, you're not going to have enough to talk about. And if you do them too often, people start to not like them and they just kind of resent them. Whereas if they're just monthly, then it's not over the top and there's enough to share, there's enough to talk about, and seriously, it actually comes around quicker than you think. So monthly to me is the perfect amount to have a team meeting with your whole organization. First of all, I come in with high energy. One thing that you must do if you're going to have a team meeting is not stand up there and be like, g'day everyone, thanks for coming along to the team meeting. Great to have you all here. You gotta bring the energy. You as the leader, you should be the most pumped person about this meeting in the room. I always come with a really high dose of energy. I'm the one up there that's holding the attention of everyone. I'm the one up there who's asked everyone to be here to be part of this meeting. I've asked them all to be there. So I really feel like it's my responsibility to bring a big dose of energy to these meetings to keep people interested and engaged the whole time. So that's the number one thing I will say is make sure when you are about to have this team meeting, psych yourself up in another room if you have to. Practice what you're going to say a couple of times in a different room if you're not that good at standing up on stage, because some people, just get stage fright. It's not something that they were born with, to just be able to stand up and easily deliver a speech to their team, even though they are a leader. This may be something that's difficult for you. And it's difficult for me too. I've been doing this for years, and I consider myself quite a good public speaker. But even though I'm about to do a big speech or team meeting in front of my whole organization, I still feel the nerves a little bit. I still need to go into a back room beforehand and just run through all the points that I want to talk about, make sure that I remind myself to bring up certain things that I don't want to miss, because I only do it once a month and I want to make it special. I want to make an impact. So number one is energy. Run over it, do some big breaths, psych yourself up a bit so you can steal the show. Let's talk about the structure. When I get out there, the first thing I do, actually, as part of my meeting is thank everyone for being there. Some people, when you run a big organization, some people have just come in for the meeting because they've got other appointments everywhere. Agents especially have put off other things to be at this meeting. So, just be polite, thank everyone for being there and for making the effort to be here on time, and remind everyone that it's important for them to be on time for this meeting for the respect of everybody else. The next thing I do, which is one of my favorite things, is I will introduce any new people into the business right at the start of the meeting. As usual, it's really, really nice. It's a beautiful thing actually, to introduce some new people
into the business. There's been a few new people sort of wandering around the place lately, so I just wanted to take a moment to introduce one of them. One of them isn't here, Melinda, so I'll just mention her in a second. But first of all, this guy up the back here with the camera, let's give him a big warm welcome to Plum. Give it up for Kaio, yeah! Woo! And then I will actually call up on stage the new people who I will actually do something fun. Actually do like a bit of a dance off. So I'll get someone to organize some music and each person will have to come up on stage and I do a dance off. It sounds ridiculous, but it just gets people in the mood. It's a great thing to do at the start of the meeting. And this new person, you know, it might be a bit of a difficult thing for some of them to do, and some of them don't participate in the dance, and I just make myself look like a bit of a weirdo, but some of them get involved. It doesn't really matter. The whole point is I'm just bringing some energy to the floor, and then I'll get up and I'll do an introduction of this new person. I'll already know a little bit about them and say where they came from, and you know, how we're really privileged to have them here and that we're really excited to see what they can do for the business. And then I give them a chance to introduce themselves to the whole team. And then I just ask them a whole bunch of questions about themselves. Where did they grow up? What are their favorite hobbies, favorite movies? Do they have any pets? Do they have brothers and sisters? So I just get them talking about themselves in front of the team so the whole team can get to know this person a little bit. And then I'll even get some questions from the floor. So from other staff members to shout out some questions for this new person to answer. I just feel that that's a really, really good way of breaking the ice with new people and getting them a little bit uncomfortable straight away. But you know, it gives everyone a chance to recognize this new person, learn their name, learn a little bit about them, so that when they run into them in the hallway over the next couple of weeks, you know, there's always already that instant connection from the introduction to this meeting. So that's the first thing I do, and there might be, you know, anywhere from 1 to 4 new people every month in our business. The next thing I will do after introducing the new people to the business is I will just, for 5 to 10 minutes, talk about the direction of the business. I will go over what's happened in the business over the past month, our goals for the future, where we want to head as a business, reminding everyone of the type of business that we are trying to achieve, and just getting everyone sort of on board with the mission. You know, it's just basically a reminder of the mission of where we want to go, where we're heading, and what we want for this business and how we want it to benefit every person who is involved. What we're doing and building this business is going to benefit Plum Property because it's an extra income stream, and everything that we can do in that business to put money into this business helps us to spend more money on this business to make this way better. We will name any individual great performances that happen during the month and just basically acknowledge anyone that's done some terrific performance. You know, Ethan and Maggie and Kate, the admin team, you guys are the cogs in the engine, you know. Without you guys there to keep everything flowing, like it all just falls apart really quickly. We'll talk about any technology changes that we're having with our software, any other thing that we're implementing into the business to help our employees and our people perform better out in the market. I'll talk about any staff events coming up, if we've got a Christmas party or a mid-year event or a charity that we might be doing. I'll go over the details of that and remind everyone about it. And then, you know, basically just anything that I think is good to just get out there and talk about amongst my whole team. The next thing I will do is go through Google reviews. Now, this is a really important thing in our business, and I think any business these days should have some focus on Google. And what really helps on Google for your ranking, and both for your ranking and also for people feeling comfortable with your business, is how many 5-star reviews you have. One secret I will give you is that over time, in the last 4 years, and I implemented this strategy about 4 years ago, is I started paying my staff for every 5-star Google review we got. So what I actually currently do, and I think this is a massive hack to anyone watching this, take this advice. I pay my staff $25, and I make it as a gift card, for every 5-star Google review that they get. So what that does is it actually encourages my staff to get Google reviews, because I used to just ask my staff to get 5-star Google reviews and say, hey, this really helps the business. Can you try and get 5-star Google reviews? And it would rarely happen because there was no real incentive for them. So, the only incentive was for me to pat them on the back and say good work, which would still get me a few reviews, but I wanted to get a lot of reviews, right? I thought, well, what's the harm in just paying a small amount of money for a Google review to my staff who deserve it? Number one, they deserve it because they did a good job for someone. And number two, they made the effort to get the business a 5-star review. What's that worth? And when I figured it out, I was like, okay, if it's $25 a review, which sounds like a lot, right? And it's generous, the staff love it, but $25 times 400 is $10,000. Okay, so if I asked you as a business owner for 400 5-star Google reviews, would you pay $10,000 for that? If you answered no, then you're crazy, because that is the best value going around. $10,000 for 400 5-star Google reviews. You know how hard it is to get 5-star Google reviews? Even just getting people to do 5-star Google reviews for you, it's bloody hard. So if you actually have a look at most real estate agents' pages, if you Google any, most agencies have less than 100. We have over 1,200, which I have built up in the last 4 years by just incentivizing my staff. And what that does is every month, we're getting anywhere between 20 and 40 5-star Google reviews. Since I started this, we have just increasingly got more and more property management leads from people finding us on Google. And it's because we're ranked so highly and our reviews are just so amazing. How can someone not choose us when they type in property management and a few different agencies come up, and there's a couple of agencies with less than 100 reviews, and then there's our business with over 1,200 5-star Google reviews with a 4.9-star rating. That's a huge hack for the business. So what I will do is I'll go through the Google reviews. I'll read out the names of all the staff that got a review and who it was from, and congratulate them all for doing a good job for that client in front of everyone. Obviously, the easiest money someone can earn, $25 for a 5-star review. Why wouldn't ya? Bretto, reliable Bretto. 2 for you. Molly! Goodness me.
Real reviews.
Real ones. Is it true? Real reviews. Emmy for 4. Jeez, the Emmy award winner. Rob, mate, I didn't know you had 5 mates. That's amazing. And Dom is back, equal with Rob. The two should do a king and queen prom dance to celebrate. So not only am I getting a Google review for the business, but I'm acknowledging the staff member for doing a good job in front of everyone. And then I'm also rewarding that staff member with $25. It's just a massive value add to everyone. It's win-win-win, and it's a celebration, and it's a happy time, and it's very positive, and it's just an easy way to liven up the meeting. After the Google reviews, I will then go into anniversaries. So one thing I made the mistake of in the first 3 years of my business is not celebrating anniversaries. So people who had been there for, years, light bulb moment, I just realized, hang on, I'm not celebrating people who have been here for, years. That's crazy. So yeah, I started doing my anniversaries during these meetings. Every one of our team meetings is on the first Tuesday of every month. And anyone who had an anniversary in the previous month, I will do a little speech for each of those people. And I will run through, what this person does for the business, how long they've been there, the contribution that they have made. The other thing I do is when I announce the anniversary of each person, they come up, they do a little speech. I give them an envelope with a card. In that card is a handwritten card from me where I will just, thank them for their time in the business and everything that they've done and what they've done to contribute to our success. And it really comes from the heart. I prepare these cards days before the meeting. And so it's a handwritten card from me, and obviously from my business partner too, I add his name, but I write the cards. and I put a $100 gift card per year that they've been there. So if they've been there 1 year, they get $100, 2 years, $200, 3 years, $300, and so on. Thank you to these people for your, long service here. All these people have contributed so much to growing this business and making it what it is today. An absolute legend. Started off as my associate back in the old premises on Sylvan Road. A great associate. He's moved on to be an agent of himself, and yeah, he's had some trying times, but he's really on the way up. You know who I'm talking about. Lindos, let's go, buddy. Come up here. 6 years with Plum. Thank you so much for your service, man. Everything you've done, I appreciate you. What I also do is when people are at a 5-year anniversary, they become what I call Plum royalty. So they actually get a royal portrait with their head on like a fake royal body. Yeah, that goes on our wall of fame. The staff just love that. Like it actually has become a thing that people want to stay here till they get to their 5 years so that they can have their royal portrait on the wall. It sounds so stupid and goofy, but these are just the little things that make a culture a bit fun and just bring some togetherness, and it gives us our own uniqueness in our own business. 5 years with Plum. It has been a great ride. This person really is just so great for our culture, great sense of humor, just a great person, looks out for others, is great at their job, and has just always been very supportive and loyal of this business. And so we love being supportive and loyal to her. And she's absolutely brilliant. And we thank you for her 5-year service. Let's give it up for Lady Deb. Yes! Yes! Lady Deb. Oh, yes. Isn't it beautiful? It must go on the wall. It must go on the wall of royalty. So I just find like that's a really good way to celebrate anniversaries all at one time, rather than having to remember people's anniversaries and celebrate them on the actual day. Just doing them monthly in that team meeting, I find is way easier, especially when you get to a certain size. It's easy when you got 6 people in your business to celebrate an anniversary on a day or someone's birthday on the day, but when you get too big, they're just happening too often, and it's just impossible. Well, it's not impossible, but it just makes it very, very hard to, celebrate individual anniversaries and birthdays on the actual day. All right, next after the anniversaries, we actually do birthdays. Birthdays are something in a office which are really hard to always celebrate on the day. You can imagine when you've got 50 staff, there's 2 birthdays every week. I mean, on average, there's 1 a week, but sometimes there's none, sometimes there's 3. You never know when they're happening. It's hard to celebrate everyone all the time. So how we get over this in our business, I'm not saying this is the best way, but obviously we've got a group chat with everyone, and it's, we've got someone in the office whose job it is to make sure that they put it in the group chat when it's someone's birthday, and then so everyone knows, and there's lots of happy birthday love in the company group chat. But then rather than celebrating on the day with that person and making a big fuss on the day, we actually do a little birthday event in the team meeting. So we still get a cake that's automatic, like someone in our office, the person who puts the message in the group chat, will also get a cake for everyone's birthday, which will be in the kitchen for everyone to share. In the team meeting, how we celebrate a little bit more is we have a little spin of the wheel. The birthday person comes up, we all say happy birthday, they spin the wheel and they win one of the prizes that we've got. We've always got just a selection of random gifts that are all worth anywhere from $80 to $150. They get a little something from the business to say happy birthday, and it's a bit of fun in front of everyone. Birthdays, all right, who we got? Grace. Yeah, Grace. Woo! All right, big spin. Big spin for a big win. It's always exciting to win a beach umbrella. Sunny life, yeah! Perfect for those winter days.
So last but not least, as part of our team meeting is we do what we call, what would be normally known as like Employee of the Month Awards. We call them the Plum Awards. Our 3 awards are called the Raisin Award, the Prune Award, and the Plum Award. Sounds stupid, but I guess it's just they're all related to plums. I just celebrate and make a big, song and dance about the 3 individuals that have gone above and beyond for whatever reason over the month. The raisin is usually just someone who's done some really great teamwork or something like that. The Prune Award, the second one, and the Plum Award, they're both given to people who have just done outstanding results for the month. It's hard to determine which one is which, like who you're going to give the awards to, but it's something that me and my business partner sit down and have a chat with before the meeting when we're getting it prepared each month, and just decide who in our business has just gone like above and beyond, who's been growing, who's been showing more initiative, taking on more responsibility, who deserves to have the honor of being the plum of the month and the prune of the month. And so I get up and I do a bit of a speech about why I'm going to choose this person, then I announce them, and it's obviously a celebration. And again, those people, they get a handwritten card from me with a gift voucher inside. So the plum has a $350 gift card, the prune has a $200 gift card, and the raisin is a $50 gift card. Yeah, I finished the meeting with that, and I have a little bit of a celebratory theatrical performance I like to do with the Plum of the Month award. It's stupid, but it's just funny. I've always done it. The team seems to love it, but it's just our routine and it's our thing. I'll show you what that's all about, but this is my style, it's our style, and it's what makes our team meetings fun, interesting, and unique. So I'll finish it off by showing you our awards ceremony for this month. And thank you for watching this. If you want any further advice or tips, or you want to chat about how you can create your own fantastic team meeting, please reach out, and thank you for watching. Shock you, yeah? The big cup. Again, Dylan and I on the phone. Jess, who? Dylan, who? This person could be, this person could be. Yes, graphs, spreadsheets, screens, algorithms, compiling information and spitting out options. The stress of it all. My rash comes back. I feel jittery and anxious and nervous, and I can't sleep, and I toss and turn deciding on who should get this award, because truly there is a lot of people that could get it, but there's always one standout for the month, one that just makes us go, you know what? This person is it. They are the plum of the month. And sometimes it's just a consistent effort over a long time, which gets this person over the line for plum of the month. But as this person's come on into the role that she's been given in this office, it's consistently gotten more and more pressure, and they have been able to handle that pressure with a really cool, calm, and collective attitude, and really helped us to develop the business in a certain area. It might not mean a lot to you who don't work with her every day, but what she does for the business behind the scenes is actually really, really important. And it's all numbers. And without her, we would not be able to do what we do right now. She handles a lot and fills a big hole that we had in our business. And so I want to give a big, big round of applause to Ruby. Yeah! Ruby, yeah! Plum of the month. Yeah.